Well, hello there. This is Bakari Shabana with Mac Automation Tips, and I am finally back to do another video. In this particular video, I am going to talk about a application called Biscuit, and I'm going to talk about why I use it. On the eatbiscuit.com page, they ask, is your browser buried in tabs? Yes, definitely my browsers are buried in tabs. Whether I'm using Safari or Firefox or Google Chrome or what have you, a lot of times when I'm working on a project, I find that I have too many tabs and too many windows open, and I have to go back and I'm revisiting some of the same pages and websites over and over again. And in a lot of ways, Biscuit kind of helps solve that problem somewhat and reduces the clutter on my desktop. So let me show you what Biscuit looks like. Biscuit is basically broken down into what's called workspaces or groups, and also apps. And the apps are basically web pages or websites. And so when you look at a website, let me go down here and say add a website here, and you can see that there's a lot of different prefigured or pre-set up, websites already installed, what they call apps. And these usually reason why they call them apps is because some sites act like applications, right? And they're not just to view pages, but they're to do work in. So you have like 1Password, you have Airbnb, you have Asana, you have Blogger. I'm not sure who uses Blogger anymore. You have ClickUp, which is my favorite task management system, which I really love. But say you wanted to add ClickUp to your Biscuit here, and all you have to do is click on here and then add this, add the app and then log in, right? If you don't have, if your app or website is not listed, you can do a custom app or custom URL here, and you can add both, websites as well as individual web pages here, and you just click it here and then you just kind of log in. So that's how you add an app. So let me go through and show you how to set it up and why I set it up the way that I do. So basically, you go down and add a group, and you can do that with the in the menu bar as well. So you can go here and add new group, and I'm going to title this research. And I'm going to capitalize this. I'm going to tell you the reason why. The reason why I capitalize is because it makes it a lot easier to find the different groups in the user interface here. I wish I could be able to highlight the different groups with a different color or what have you. But that's the reason why I use all caps. So we're going to do here, go save here, and then it goes to the bottom, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit here to the top here. And then, so this is my group here, and then I'm going to add a app. So I'm going here and add an app. I'm going to go down to one called a Raindrop, okay, which is kind of a bookmarking app here. And I'm going to add this one here, and it'll open up. And then ask me to log in. Okay, I'm logging in here. All right, and so basically it opens up, and this is basically the home page for this particular apps, And so if you were to go to another page, for example, let's open this up in, let's say, another tab. All right, so we're in another tab here. We open this tab up. Now, it's really important to understand how the tabs work. So you can just open this tab up and, get rid of it if you want to. But say this is a page or a site that you kind of visit on a regular basis, right? So maybe what you want to do is you want to right click on the tab and then pin the tab. And I want to show why would you want to pin the tab? Well, you pin the tab because you can revisit that particular page that you originally opened up into. So if, say for example, I go to the partnership page here, and I'm looking at it, I'm using it, but I want to get back to the original page in which I pinned. So then you just click here, the home button here takes you back to the original page. So no matter where I go in this particular site, I can always get back to that original page that I pinned. And so that's the reason why I pin it, because I know that I might be coming back to that particular page. And again, so you can when you pin it, you can also rename. You can change the name of it here as well, so I can capitalize that if I want, or change it to something that's going to be familiar to me. This particular page is the original page that you set up, so you really can't pin this, or you can't even change the title of it. But it's just the original page that you go into. But you can open up other pages, or even other websites, in this particular section, or in this particular section of it. You can also add more sections inside the group as well, which I'm going to show you that in a minute as well. So that's basically how you do that. Let me go up to my Mac Automation Tips website here, and I have this broken down into where I start working on post pages. There's my marketing pages that I have here, and then there's the home page and the home page layout, and then there's the plugins here. And you notice I have a plugin for updated plugins to update, and then here's all the plugins for this particular site. So I'm very intentional about what I put into the different groups and which pages I pin, because those are the pages I'm going to return back to. And when you have a tab open, you can open the tab, you can close the tab, you can open it up into another tab. You can open it up into your default browser, say it's Safari or Google Chrome. You can open it up into a new window, so that if you want to, put that window into somewhere else on a second monitor or what have you, can do that. And you can also do what's called split to the right or split to the bottom, in which that divides that up there, and it will open up, and you can kind of work within those two things. It's kind of going slow right now to open those up, but anyway, that's what you can do. And you can just kind of close that. I'm not going to wait for that. So basically, that's what you do in Biscuit. I mean, basically what you want to do is figure out like how you want to use. Be very intentional about what sites that you put in here. These are mainly sites that you work in, and they're going to help you reduce a lot of clutter. Now, to navigate Biscuit, I use, if you know me, I use a lot of finger gestures here because Biscuit has a lot of shortcuts, but I don't have time to remember all those shortcuts. I don't want to remember those shortcuts. Basically, I use finger gestures, and it makes it be able to navigate it a lot quicker. And basically, when I'm working in Biscuit, my hand is typically on my trackpad anyway when I'm navigating Biscuit, or navigating sites inside the application. So for example, if I want to do a three-finger swipe to the left, that gets rid of the side bar here, and I can just toggle it back again. They can do that. Or if I do a three-finger swipe up, that gets rid of the URL bar here as well. I can do that. If I want to go in between or go to the next browser or the next tab, I can do a three-finger click to the right, and that goes to the next tab. And I'm going to go back to the previous one, go this way as well. And so there's several different finger gestures that I do and assign to this. To different shortcuts. If I want to toggle the sidebar, go to the previous page, I do a three-finger click. If I want to go to a previous page, if I want to reload a page, I do a spread with thumb and two fingers. I can reload a page. Lots of different ones. This is what I do for a lot of the applications that I use on a regular basis because again, it's a lot quicker to use finger gestures than it is to use typed shortcuts, especially when your hand is already on your trackpad. So that's basically how Biscuit works. But guess what? The thing about Biscuit is that it is totally free. So you don't have to pay a dime for it. To me, I think it's worth, I don't know, $5 to $10, something like that, because I think it's a really good productivity application. There is a similar application to Biscuit that, for some reason, it's a subscription-based application, and it does pretty much the same thing as Biscuit. So I don't, I can't think of the name of it right now, but I would use Biscuit over paying a subscription fee here. So if you have any questions about Biscuit, leave some comments or questions in the comment section. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my site, definitely subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.